Today, I just wanted to point out what I think's the simplest and one of the more aerodynamic ways to put a water bottle on your bike. And it's basically to put it right on the aero bars between your forearms. And it's really inexpensive to do too. You could just take any water bottle cage. I like to use plastic ones because sometimes I like to drill holes in it because it makes it easier to put some zip ties in places you might not think about before, because you only have so many options to put holes through. So if you have a plastic one, you can kind of put holes wherever you want and then use that to put your zip ties like this through the cage, and then attach that to your aero bars and maybe your stem a little for stability. And then that way it puts the water bottle right in front of you, and it's really easy to pull it in, have a drink, put it back. I've taken it a step further, and I've seen what some of the companies have done with their concepts for having the water bottle, right there in front of you. And so I took basically was a bigger water bottle, and I drilled a hole right through the top right here using a drill and an attachment called a hole saw, and put, I think it was a 1-inch diameter through here. And then I found this piece at a hardware store. It was actually Menards, that had was like a coupler, I think is what it's called, with a threaded attachment. So it's 3/4 for a garden hose, and I think it was a 1-inch coupler. And then this right here is basically just a garden hose cap. And these all cost me less than $2. And then you can get some plastic tubing that's like $3 for 5 yards or something like that. And basically with the drill and these attachments, you can kind of figure out the best place to drill where you want to put things where they are, and get it so it fits real nice. And so I have mine so that the hose comes down right to the bottom, and so it's easy to get the water out. And so because mine's angled down a little when it's in my bike. And the other thing you need to know is the trick is to use hot glue to kind of seal this in, and it takes a little practice to get that done right. It looks kind of ugly, but it works. And on top of that, I mean, pay attention to what you buy for your hot glue, but 90% of them are non-toxic. So that's what I use to make it airtight. And then the one other trick I've done is I've actually taken a rare earth magnet, and I taped it on the end of my tubing here, and then I have another magnet right next to the end of my aero bars, and I have it glued there, and so that I can basically just pop this right there and it stays right there with the magnet. And then when I'm thirsty, I can just have a little sip. And on top of that, it's really easy to refill, and it stays out of the way. The thing about this is doing it on your own, depending on how forward you are on your aero bars, you might not want to have this so far forward. You might want to be back more. It kind of gives you options to play around with what's going to be the most comfortable for you. And it really only was like less than $10 for this whole thing, and it works great for me. So that's my little tip for this episode.
I wanted to show you some pictures of the actual water bottle I made in the cage right between the aero bars on my bike. So first picture, of course, is top view, which is what you'd see when you're on the bike, and obviously it fits right between my forearms, and it's totally out of the wind. I would think it would probably make things a little faster, as it removes a lot of surface area and a lot of turbulent air probably between my arms. And the second picture is just a side view, just to give you a better idea of what it looks like. And I want to show you where the actual other rare earth magnet is, glued on the end of my aerobars. And I picked these earth magnets up actually at another hardware store. This is Harbor Freight, but you can buy these on eBay, really inexpensive. And then the last picture is just showing the tubing, connecting the two magnets and holding it in place. And at first you might think that the tubing kind of gets in the way of my hands. It really doesn't. My hand just sits right over that pretty comfortably, because I actually kind of cross my hands when I'm down in the aerobar position, and I can easily just pull it right back up, have a sip, and put it right back down. It's perfect. I don't think I would have it any other way. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and if you have any things to say, throw them down in the comments below. And if you like what you saw, subscribe.